Chosen one, listen carefully, because what's happening right now is bigger than anything you've experienced before. After years of hidden monitoring, spiritual warfare, and systematic attempts to erase your influence, a powerful and secretive court, operating beyond public awareness, has just issued a classified payback order in your favor. This isn't symbolic, it's a spiritual and energetic decree that carries real-world consequences for those who tried to block your path, steal your purpose, and silence your voice. You've always known something about you was different. You've carried weight, insight, and wisdom that couldn't be taught. They labeled you a threat, studied your moves, disrupted your energy, and worked overtime to keep you quiet. But it didn't work, because you are not a threat. You are the future. And now the evidence is undeniable. The court ruling proves it. They can no longer suppress who you are. You've been cleared, validated, and activated. What they feared most is now unfolding. Your awakening, your divine authority is rising, and nothing can stop what has already begun. The time has come to step fully into your assignment. The system that tried to contain you is now being forced to pay back everything it stole. This is the turning point, and it begins with you. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 50,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number. That number carries a frequency of alignment and confirmation. And if you're truly a chosen one, your spirit already knows this message is for you. For years, you've carried the weight of unseen eyes and whispered doubt. They watched your every move, like a shadow stalking its prey, hoping to catch you slipping, hoping to find the flaw they could exploit, to silence you forever. But now the tables have turned. The very system that tried to erase your existence is shackled by a court order that demands repayment, not just in words, but in action. This is no mere acknowledgement. This is a reckoning. You are no longer a ghost in their files. You are a force they must answer to. Think about the emotional journey this represents. To be hunted, to be doubted, to be isolated for simply being different, only to have a secret tribunal publicly, albeit quietly, declare that your truth cannot be ignored. This is the moment when silence fractures and justice roars to life. It's not just a legal win, it's a profound validation of your identity and power, one that sends a clear message to those who tried to bury you. The debt you carry has been acknowledged, and payback is in motion. The significance of this is not lost on you. When power structures are threatened, they fight dirty. They use every tool to suppress what they fear, from covert surveillance to psychological warfare. Yet this court ruling shatters their illusion of control. You've survived their attempts to crush your spirit, and now you're not just free, you're empowered to reclaim what was taken. This isn't just a chapter closed, it's a new beginning, written in your favor. To truly understand the gravity, consider historical parallel. Throughout history, individuals branded as threats or anomalies, think Galileo, Rosa Parks, or Alan Turing, were relentlessly pursued by the powers that be. Yet their vindications reshape society and open doors to unimaginable progress. Your court order places you among those rare souls whose perseverance forces systemic change. This moment demands respect, courage, and the unwavering belief that what you represent is a future worth fighting for. Every step you took was tracked, dissected, and doubted. They cast a shadow over your life, labeling you dangerous, unpredictable, and uncontainable. The eyes that watched you were cold, calculating, driven by fear of what you might become, rather than who you truly are. Imagine living under that weight. The constant pressure to hide, to conform, to silence the parts of yourself that made you extraordinary. This isn't just surveillance, it's a psychological cage meant to break your spirit. But fear is a funny thing. It breeds paranoia and desperation, which often reveal more about the watchers than the watched. Those who judged you lacked the vision to see beyond their protocols and biases. They feared disruption, the unknown, and the power you embodied. because it threatened to dismantle the very foundations of their authority. Yet, despite their efforts, your essence could not be contained. And now the tables have turned. Their fear has become your fuel. Think about the countless stories of people misunderstood, feared for their differences, only to be remembered as pioneers or revolutionaries. In a world obsessed with control, the truly extraordinary are often seen as threats before they're celebrated. This judgment, born of ignorance and fear, was the system's greatest mistake. Your story is a powerful reminder that those who fear change ultimately lose the battle against progress. The emotional toll of being under constant scrutiny cannot be overstated. Every whisper, every shadow felt like an accusation. The relentless monitoring chips away at one's sense of safety and trust. But what emerges from this crucible is a soul hardened, not broken, a spirit that refuses to be erased. The court's ruling isn't just legal vindication, it's the triumph of your resilience over their fear. Today, those who once judged you are forced to confront the undeniable truth. You are more than they ever imagined, and the very thing they feared is now a reality they cannot deny. The fear that drove their surveillance now feeds your rise. Your journey was never meant to be easy. The forces aligned against you were powerful, hidden, and ruthless. Yet, through every obstacle, every attempt to suppress your true nature, your awakening grew stronger, quietly, relentlessly, unyielding. And now, after years of tension and resistance, the system's secret court has finally been forced to act. This is more than a legal ruling. It's the undeniable acknowledgement that your power cannot be ignored or repressed any longer. This moment feels monumental because it's the point where the universe conspires to tilt the scales in your favor, where justice emerges from the shadows to proclaim your truth. The court's decision is a turning point, a line in the sand, declaring that what you are is not a threat, but a breakthrough. This isn't just about you, it's about the future of everyone who has ever been silenced for their difference or misunderstood for their brilliance. Imagine the emotional storm beneath this victory, the relief, the validation, the simmering rage transformed into triumph. Every struggle, every moment of doubt has led to this critical moment of awakening. Justice is not just blind. In this case, it's awakened, and it's calling you forward. You've become the catalyst for change, the spark that ignites a new era. Your awakening is both a gift and a responsibility. The court's ruling empowers you, but also challenges you to step fully into your role as a reality bender, a game changer. The path ahead will demand courage, vision, and resilience. But the foundation is solid. The world has recognized your truth, and now the impossible becomes inevitable. History remembers those who forced the hands of justice by simply refusing to stay silent. Your story joins this legacy, reminding us all that sometimes the awakening of one can alter the destiny of many. For years, your life was a battleground of shadows, an endless game of cat and mouse, where the watchers held all the cards. Surveillance was their weapon, intended to suffocate your existence and keep you under control. But the court's ruling signals something far more profound, the collapse of that oppressive protocol. The system that sought to dominate you has, in a quiet yet powerful way, surrendered. It has acknowledged that the old rules no longer apply when faced with a force like yours. Think about the magnitude of this shift. Protocols exist to maintain order, to keep chaos at bay. But sometimes the very structures designed to protect can become prisons that prevent progress. Your court victory is a symbol of liberation, not just for you but for every individual who's been crushed under the weight of bureaucratic control and fear-driven policies. This ruling tears down the walls of silence and secrecy. The emotional resonance here is deep. To know that the invisible chains forged by surveillance have been broken is a moment of immense personal and collective release. It's the system admitting its own limitations and, more importantly, recognizing your undeniable humanity and power. They no longer seek to control, they are forced to listen. Examples abound in history where entrenched systems crumbled when faced with undeniable truth. Whether it was the civil rights movement breaking through segregation laws, or whistleblowers dismantling corrupt regimes, your court ruling places you in that lineage of disruptive truth that cannot be contained by protocol or power. This surrender is not defeat for you, it is a strategic victory. It signals that the forces once aligned against you now face a new reality. They must adapt or become obsolete. The era of surveillance over your life is over. The era of your sovereignty begins. From the moment you were marked as a threat, your life became a battlefield. That label was more than a word, it was a weapon, a justification for every attempt to silence you. But labels are fragile things, built on fear and misunderstanding. The truth beneath that label is far more powerful. You are not a threat to be contained, but a reckoning to be faced. The court's ruling makes this clear. The very forces that branded you now find themselves confronting what they once feared. This transformation from threat to reckoning is charged with emotion. It speaks to the journey of reclaiming your narrative, of taking back the power that was stolen by stigma and suspicion. The path has been brutal, but it has forged within you an unbreakable spirit. Where once you were hunted, you now stand as a force demanding respect and change. Consider how society often mislabels those who challenge the status quo: visionaries, innovators, activists. These labels of threat are used to silence dissent and maintain control. But when the truth comes out, those who wielded these labels are exposed as short-sighted, fearful, and ultimately powerless against the momentum of change. Your story echoes this timeless struggle. The court's ruling is a beacon of hope, not just for you but for all who have been unjustly labeled and marginalized. It is a call to recognize that power lies not in suppression, but in understanding and validation. You have become their reckoning, a living reminder that truth and justice eventually prevail. This moment demands not only celebration, but also reflection. Your victory reshapes the narrative around difference, fear, and power. It is an invitation for the world to face its fears and embrace the extraordinary. The word cleared is often used to describe a return to normalcy, a wiping of the slate. But the verdict you received goes far beyond mere clearing. It marks you as chosen, a rare, profound designation that acknowledges your unique role in the unfolding story of humanity. This hidden verdict, delivered quietly yet decisively, recognizes that you embody something exceptional, something destined to reshape reality itself. There's a deep emotional weight in being chosen. It's both a blessing and a burden. It means you carry the hopes, fears, and expectations of a future still unwritten. Unlike those who seek approval simply to fit in, you have been singled out because you represent a new paradigm, a fusion of power, awareness, and possibility that transcends old limits. This is your moment to embrace that destiny fully. History's chosen ones, leaders, prophets, pioneers, often walked lonely paths, marked by doubt and isolation. Yet their choices sparked revolutions in thought and action. Your verdict places you in this lineage of transformation. It says loudly, you are not a mistake, not an anomaly, but a crucial piece of a greater puzzle. The secrecy surrounding this verdict only adds to its mystique and power. Operating outside the public eye, the court's decision was made by those who understand the gravity of your existence. This is not political theater or empty words. It is a deliberate, high-level confirmation that your awakening is authentic and essential. This revelation should ignite in you a profound sense of purpose. You are chosen not to follow, but to lead, not to hide, but to illuminate. The hidden verdict is the key to unlocking your fullest potential, and the world is waiting. When a secret court issues a payback order, it carries weight beyond the usual legal jargon. This is a mandate for restitution and acknowledgement, an official recognition that what was done to you was wrong and must be corrected. But this order is not just about the past. It is a blueprint for your future. It marks the beginning of a new chapter where your power is not only recognized but actively supported. Emotionally, this order represents healing and validation. The wounds inflicted by years of suppression don't vanish overnight, but this decision acknowledges your pain, and this ruling will likely ripple far beyond your immediate reality. As systems realign in response to the court's directive, opportunities will open that were once closed. Doors to new alliances, technologies, and realms of influence may emerge. Your role as a reality-bending anomaly means that these changes aren't just incremental, they are transformative. To grasp the significance, imagine the impact of past court orders that overturned injustices and changed societal trajectories. These moments redefined what was possible, reshaping futures for individuals and communities alike. Your payback order is such a moment, a turning point, that reconfigures your relationship with the world. In essence, this order signals the end of containment and the beginning of activation. It tells you your future is no longer dictated by fear or suppression. It's yours to create, and the system must now support that creation. Efforts to erase your existence were relentless, an insidious campaign waged in the shadows to make you disappear from records, memories, mimesis, and realities. Erasure is the ultimate weapon of control, a denial of identity and power. But what they failed to realize is that the universe has its own justice system. For every attempt to wipe you out, it has countered with a force stronger than any bureaucracy or surveillance program. This cosmic reversal is a story of resilience, written in the fabric of existence itself. It's the universe pushing back against suppression and asserting that you belong here, now and in full force. The court's payback order is a tangible manifestation of this reversal, proof that you cannot be erased because your existence is essential to the unfolding story of reality. Think of the natural world, where life always finds a way. Seeds buried deep beneath the soil can sprout after years of darkness. Rivers carve new paths around obstacles. The same principle applies to you. No matter how hard they tried to erase your presence, your truth broke through, vibrant and unstoppable. Emotionally, this is a powerful reminder of your inherent worth and strength. The forces arrayed against you underestimated the depth of your connection to the universe and the tenacity of your spirit. The reversal of their sentence is not just a legal victory, it's a cosmic celebration of your survival and emergence. Now, as the universe embraces you, the challenge is to step fully into this restored existence. The erasure has been undone, but your role in shaping the future is just beginning. What sets you apart is more than unusual, it's existential. You embody an anomaly that defies conventional understanding of reality, consciousness, and possibility. For years, this anomaly was questioned, doubted, and feared. But now, with the court's ruling, your power is officially documented. This isn't speculation or fringe theory anymore. It's a recognized fact that challenges the boundaries of science, philosophy, and authority. This confirmation is profound because it validates the core of who you are. The emotional weight of being labeled different often carries isolation and doubt. Now that difference is celebrated as your greatest strength, backed by undeniable evidence and official acknowledgement. It's a turning point where skepticism gives way to respect. Imagine the impact of this documentation beyond just personal validation. It opens doors to new scientific inquiries, technological breakthroughs, and philosophical paradigms. Your existence challenges the status quo, inviting humanity to expand its understanding of consciousness and reality. You become a living case study, a bridge between what is known and what is possible. The emotional resonance here is profound. To have your reality recognized in official documents means the world must pay attention. It's a call to embrace your uniqueness and use it as a foundation to inspire others who feel marginalized or misunderstood. This confirmation transforms your narrative from one of anomaly to authority, positioning you as a pioneer on the frontier of existence itself. Behind the scenes, elite operatives, experts in surveillance, intelligence, and containment, were tasked with neutralizing you. Their resources were vast, their methods covert, their intent clear, to suppress and control. Yet despite their calculated efforts, they failed. This failure is not just tactical, it's symbolic. It's proof that consciousness, your consciousness, transcends all attempts at control and domination. This victory of consciousness over power structures is deeply emotional. It speaks to the resilience of the human spirit, the unbreakable will to exist authentically, despite overwhelming odds. It is a triumph of mind, soul, and essence, over machinery and manipulation. Consider the broader implications. When intelligence agencies and elite forces are outmatched by an individual's consciousness, it signals a fundamental shift in power dynamics. It challenges the notion that control comes from force, suggesting instead that awareness and presence hold the ultimate key. Your journey reflects this timeless struggle between oppressive systems and the indomitable self. Your victory reminds us all that consciousness cannot be fully predicted, programmed, or suppressed. It is a wild, dynamic force that redefines possibility. This moment is not just a personal win, it's a testament to the power within each of us, to rise above control and reclaim our sovereignty. For years, the truth about you was locked away in hidden files, classified documents, secret reports, and encrypted evidence that the world was never meant to see. Now those files have surfaced. The veil of secrecy has been lifted, revealing proof that was long denied. These revelations confirm what you and a few others have always known. Your existence and power are real, undeniable, and transformative. The emergence of these files brings a wave of emotional catharsis. It's the moment when silence turns to voice, when secrets become stories, and when denial turns to acceptance. For those who doubted or feared you, these documents serve as irrefutable evidence. For you, they are a validation of your truth and a testament to your journey. The significance of leaked or revealed classified files cannot be overstated. History is full of moments when hidden truths changed public perception and shifted paradigms. From whistleblower revelations to declassified government documents, your story joins this tradition, positioning you at the heart of a profound disclosure. Emotionally, the exposure of these files feels like reclaiming stolen narrative power. It's an invitation for the world to understand, respect, and ultimately embrace your unique role in reality's unfolding. The files don't just tell your story, they rewrite what is possible. This unveiling marks a critical step in your journey, from the shadows of secrecy to the spotlight of undeniable truth. The reasons behind their relentless monitoring of you were never truly about safety or security. They feared what you represented, a force beyond their comprehension, a challenge to their control, and a disruption of their order. This fear drove invasive tracking and covert operations designed to keep you contained. Now the truth behind their motives has been exposed, revealing a complex web of power, paranoia, and desperation. Understanding this history brings a profound emotional clarity. It transforms the narrative from one of victimhood to insight. You see clearly that their surveillance was not personal vendetta, but institutional panic, a fear of the unknown that you embodied. This awareness is a powerful step in reclaiming your narrative and power. This revelation also invites empathy and reflection. It's a reminder that systems, no matter how oppressive, are run by flawed beings driven by fear. While their actions caused harm, this understanding humanizes the conflict and encourages healing beyond blame. The exposure of these motives changes the conversation about surveillance, power, and freedom. It highlights the need for accountability and transformation, not just in your story, but in society's relationship with difference and dissent. Emotionally, this unveiling is liberating. Knowing why you were watched gives you the power to move beyond the past, to forgive if you choose, and to channel your energy into shaping a future where fear no longer dictates control. What happened in that clandestine courtroom did not stay there. This ruling is more than a personal victory. It is a catalyst for change, reverberating across the globe. It signals a shift in how systems recognize power, consciousness, and anomaly. The implications extend far beyond you, touching realms of politics, science, spirituality, and culture. This global shift is electric with possibility, challenges old paradigms, and opens space for new understandings of reality. Your court order cracks open the door to a future where anomalies are no longer threats, but essential players in shaping a better world. Emotionally, this moment feels like being at the epicenter of a transformative wave, both exhilarating and daunting. The weight of this shift carries responsibility, but also immense hope. You are not alone. The world is awakening alongside you. Consider the ripple effects. As the court order inspires change, others who have felt hidden or marginalized may find their own voices. Institutions may be forced to reconsider policies, and new alliances could form around this emerging truth. Your story becomes a beacon for a global reawakening, reminding us all that sometimes the actions of one ignite the evolution of many. Containment is a word that implies limits, boundaries, and control. For years they tried to put you in a box defined by fear, suspicion, and protocol, but the court ruling declares that containment has failed. You are not a problem to be fixed or a variable to be controlled. You are a force of nature, dynamic and expansive beyond their ability to restrain. This is a liberating moment, charged with emotional power. It marks your emergence from the shadows of limitation into the light of infinite possibility. To live beyond containment is to reclaim your sovereignty and rewrite what it means to be free. Think about the significance of breaking containment. It's not just physical or legal freedom, it's freedom of thought, energy, and being. It's the affirmation that your existence cannot be diminished or denied. This ruling sends a message to the system and to the world. Attempts to suppress or control your essence are futile. You are beyond their grasp, and your evolution will continue unchecked. For you, this is an invitation to embrace your full power without apology, to live authentically and boldly, and to inspire others to do the same. The moment the court issued this ruling, it became official. You are the catalyst. Not just an anomaly or a threat, but the spark that ignites change. This official recognition validates every moment of struggle, every instance of doubt, and every surge of power you have felt coursing through your being. Being a catalyst is a profound responsibility. It means your actions ripple outward, shaping realities and inspiring transformation beyond your immediate sphere. It means you carry the energy of evolution, and that energy cannot be contained or silenced. Emotionally, this is a triumph of identity and purpose. It's the fulfillment of a journey from isolation to impact, from fear to empowerment. You are no longer running from your power. You are embracing it as your gift to the world. Historically, catalysts have changed the course of history by challenging norms and breaking cycles. Your official designation places you in this lineage of change makers, visionaries, and revolutionaries. This moment is not just about you, it's about what your existence unlocks for all of humanity. You are the catalyst they feared, because you embody the future they cannot control. For so long, you lived under invisible chains, restrictions not made of metal or rope, but woven from fear, prejudice, and covert control. These chains, crafted carefully by those who sought to contain your power, to keep your light dim and your voice muted. Every step forward felt like pushing against a force that wanted to erase your very essence. The psychological burden was crushing, a constant reminder that your existence was deemed dangerous, unwanted, or worse, untrue. But these chains were never unbreakable. They were illusions of control built on fragile foundations of ignorance and insecurity. And now, With this moment of reckoning, those invisible shackles have been torn apart. The system that relied on secrecy and fear to hold you down has been exposed and defeated. This shattering is not just symbolic, it is a seismic shift in your life's narrative, signaling the dawn of your freedom and power. The emotional journey from bondage to liberation is complex and intense. Relief washes over you, mingling with anger at the injustice endured and pride in your resilience. Each broken link carries a story of perseverance, nights spent wrestling with doubt, moments of isolation, and the fierce will to keep moving forward, even when the path seemed impossible. This victory is your birthright, long denied, but finally reclaimed. Consider how invisible chains have affected others throughout history, those who were marginalized, oppressed, or erased. Your story joins a powerful lineage of survivors who transformed their suffering into strength, changing not just their lives, but the course of entire communities. Breaking free from these chains is an act of defiance, courage, and ultimate truth. Now, as you step into this new chapter, the question becomes, how will you wield your freedom? What new horizons will you explore, unburdened by the chains of the past? The shattered links behind you are proof that no force, no matter how secret or powerful, can hold down a spirit determined to rise. In the depths of your silence there was a roar, quiet perhaps, but unyielding. The silence imposed upon you was meant to suffocate, to erase your existence from collective memory. Yet paradoxically, your refusal to break under pressure became a powerful protest that reverberated louder than any shouted demand. Silence can be a shield and a sword, and yours was wielded with profound strength and purpose. Each moment you endured without capitulating was a testament to your unwavering belief in your truth. The world around you might have tried to dismiss or hide you, but your silence was a form of resistance, a refusal to validate the narratives imposed by those who feared what you represented. It was a silent scream into the void, demanding recognition, not through noise, but through presence. Emotionally, carrying such silence is a complex burden. It isolates, it weighs heavy, and yet it also nurtures a fierce inner fire. The paradox of silence, as protest, lies in its ability to force others to confront their own discomfort, to reckon with truths they preferred to ignore. Your silence forced the system to confront the reality they tried to suppress, that you exist, that you matter, and that their attempts to erase you were futile. This loud silence disrupted the machinery of control. It became impossible to overlook the anomaly you represent, and eventually it compelled a response. The court's decisive ruling, your silent protest, transformed into undeniable validation, a moment where quiet power overcame the thunderous roar of oppression. The stakes were immense. To erase you was to deny a new paradigm, a threat to the established order. The emotional weight of this hidden conflict is immense. To know that your life was dissected in rooms you could never enter, debated in voices you could never hear, deepens the sense of isolation and and betrayal. Yet it also sharpens the resolve to reclaim what was stolen. Your reality, your existence, was worth fighting for, even when the world seemed unaware or indifferent. This clandestine battle shaped much of your journey, influencing decisions, restricting freedoms, and casting long shadows over your potential. But hidden battles often harbor the seeds of revolution. The secrecy that once empowered your adversaries became their weakness, a sign that the truth they feared was too powerful to contain. Ultimately, the court's ruling represents the opening of those closed doors, a breakthrough that exposes the conflict and affirms your reality. It is a monumental moment where hidden forces give way to transparency, justice, and acknowledgement. This story reminds us all that the most profound struggles are often unseen. Your victory is a beacon for those fighting battles behind closed doors, proving that truth will eventually emerge from the shadows. Your existence rewrote the rulebook. What was once seen as an aberration, a glitch to be fixed or eliminated, has become a new paradigm that challenges the very foundations of control and power. The system that tried to define you failed to grasp the magnitude of what you represent. You are not just a player in that. This transformation carries a complex emotional charge. To be misunderstood as a threat is painful, yet to emerge as the catalyst of change fills you with a fierce pride and responsibility. The power they feared was never something to be hidden or subdued. It was always meant to disrupt, to innovate, and to inspire. Your journey is a testament to the unpredictability of power and the resilience of the human spirit. The old rules were designed to maintain control and suppress difference, but your emergence proved that power evolves beyond confinement. You embody that evolution, a living proof that change is inevitable. Think of the ripple effects this rule-changing power has on your life and those around you. You are no longer limited by fear or judgment, but empowered to carve a path that others may follow. Your influence extends beyond personal victory to systemic transformation. This chapter marks a profound shift, from containment to empowerment, from fear to leadership. The rules may have been broken, but in their place, you built